Hey guys, this is Daniel here. I just wanted to shoot this video to share with you why I think it's important that we all know what an ego death slash what a dark night of the soul is, especially at this time. Um, yeah, there's no fair shortage of knowing and having the knowledge that things are changing right now. Like, we don't need to go very far to really see that everything is shifting from everyone's health, obviously, very sad, to everyone's, you know, financial situation, maybe slowly but surely, job situation, everything like that. Everything is collapsing. Everything is resetting, if you will. And that's why it's important to know what a ego death and what a dark night of the soul is. Now, if you're spiritually inclined at all, or if you've been on the spiritual path, these terms may resonate with you, and you may know what they are. But for most people, it's just some abstract, esoteric term that has no meaning to them. But that's why I wanted to shoot this video. I think we all need to really understand and start to know what a dark night of the soul is, what an ego death is. Now, I would suggest first and foremost, do your research on these terms. Do your research on what these terms mean, how they can impact your life, and if they haven't impacted your life, how they may in the future. I don't want to give any formal definitions for what they are because I don't know exactly how to define them, but I'll give my own little personal experience with the dark night of the soul, and I guess what I deem would be an ego death as well. So basically, it's just everything, the way you perceive the world, the way you perceive your own life, and the way you live your life, it is starting to shift and starting to change. And whether that be subtle or whether that be very drastic, these shifts will, have a profound impact on how you go about your day-to-day lives. Like, when you start to let go of certain attachments and certain ways of being and certain ways you carry yourself throughout the day, things you hold on to in your mind, vices that you have, even if it's very subtle, your world is going to feel like it's collapsing. And when that happens, you're going to go into panic mode. You're going to really fall into a state of fear. That's what it is. When our reality starts to collapse and our reality starts to break down, it's an amazing thing. But what it's perceived as, especially from our egoic mind, is fear. Like, we're literally dying. We're literally letting go of that which doesn't serve us, and therefore we're letting go of our whole life in general. It's very, very scary. Very, very scary to go through. But when you come out of that on the other side, it's a profound shift. Like, you've made so much space, you've let go of so much, and now you can really tap into what is meant to serve you at this time. So yeah, that's just my message. Like, really understand what a dark night of the soul is, like how it's going to impact you, because I guarantee you it's going to hit you in one way or another. It's hitting the collective as a whole right now. So we're already experiencing glimpses of what that is, and as a society we are. But individually, because that energy is so heavy and it's causing us to go deep within ourselves, we are going to have our own experience of individual collapses on an energy level, on an emotional level, on a spiritual level, and on a mind level. So look into those terms, what an ego death is, what a dark night of the soul is, and understand that, because you're going to have those things, it's not a bad thing. It's going to feel like it's terrible. It's going to feel like you're dying. It's going to feel like your whole world's coming apart. Your emotions are going to change. You might sink into very dark states of being, depression, anxiety, to a hard degree. But as uncomfortable as that is, it's purging out that which doesn't serve you and leaving room for what does and what is taking place at this time. So I feel like the more you understand what's happening, then when your life starts to play out these themes, at least you'll have a frame of reference for what's going on. I had my first dark night of the soul and ego death experiences really hard back in 2015, 2016. It literally knocked me on my ass multiple times, and I felt like, that was it. This was God's way of just like burying me into the ground and taking me out of existence, and that I was never going to recover. But looking back, I could see that it's the most beautiful experiences that you could ever have is going through this. And that was my first ego death and dark night. And I just had a recent experience about 6 days ago, where I felt into some very darker energies again, very low vibrational energies, and I had those play out into my life in ways that I don't really go about living my life right now. Like I tried to escape them. That's what you'll find as well, is a lot of escapist energy. So you'll do things that you may have done in the past, but are very low vibration. So for me, when I fell into my dark night of the soul and ego death type energy, it played out into very destructive habits that that it typically plays out when I get overtaken by this energy. So I started eating a lot, started binge eating very unhealthy foods, started watching a lot of YouTube, being on YouTube all night. I even did something such as go on the internet and watch porn, and which I don't do at all. So that's very tough for me to reveal, but I just want to reveal that as a way to let you know what this energy can do. And there's a way to stay present to it. Like, don't think just because you get this energy hits you and your reality starts to collapse, you're going to play out all these very negative habits. You may, and that's what I've done in the past, but there's ways to stay present and engage with it. So do your research, understand what this is, understand that, it's coming into our collective, but it's a good thing at the end of the day. It is a very good thing. It is clearing up space. It is taking all of our shadows, all of our traumas, all of our darkness, bringing it to the light, allowing it to be illuminated, and allowing what doesn't serve us to be released into the universe, and allowing what does need to be integrated. So I allow this time to really nourish your soul. Understand that it's not easy to go through, but with enough knowledge, with enough awareness, with enough understanding, you can make it through this time a lot more gracefully, a lot more smoothly, and a lot easier than if you didn't know what this is. So my advice to you is do the research, find out a good definition for a dark night of the soul, understand what an ego death is, those two terms, how they may impact your life, how they may play out, and understand that it may have already played out in some degree in your life, and if not, then it will, and it's coming soon, but it's meant to serve you. So with that said, I hope you have a great day. I hope you take this knowledge and let it sink in, and understand that we live in a world of light and dark, and one is not better than the other. One is not better than the other. The darkness serves a purpose, the light serves a purpose, and we're meant to experience both so that we can choose consciously where we want to be, which is ultimately not one or the other, but right in the middle, understanding the truth of it all, and balancing ourselves from that space of neutrality, of conscious awareness, and of love, light, dark, and understanding of it all. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.